Pet Sematary 2019 was one of my inspirations for starting this channel up again, and that is not a good thing. It seems as though every Stephen King book under the sun has been made into a movie, so it's only natural that, well, one day we would just run out of books and have to start remaking the movies. You think I'm kidding too, but Stephen King has written 60 novels, yet there has been 77 movies based on his books. That just doesn't add up. Unless you count the short stories, but forget it. That's not to say that modern Stephen King movies are bad. Hell, they did it with It, and it worked out well. But sadly, we aren't watching that movie. We're watching this one. But hey, I feel like I'm hyping it up enough. Let's just get into it. It meaning Pet Sematary, not, it, the move. Let's just get this over with. The movie follows this family as they try to settle into their new house. It's all good until the kid and mom see a little procession going through their backyard. This only served to introduce the concept of the Pet Sematary and never really comes back in any significant way. But it sure does look interesting, doesn't it? Let's all close our eyes and imagine all the scary and wacky things that would happen if this played a significant part of the movie. Okay, good, they're gone, okay. Keep your eyes closed now. Fuck, shit. Okay. Yep, just keep them closed. Okay, fuck. Come on. And, okay. The ball crusher. Congratulations! You probably just imagined a more interesting movie than this one, and you can shut it off! Actually, don't do that. Please keep watching. I'm so lonely. Nobody talks to the ball crusher kid at school. The daughter then meets a creepy old man in the woods, and they become friends. She even comes over to his house later and gives him cookies, and I swear to God I did not make any of that up. That actually happens.
Hey, wanna come meet my cat? His name is Church.
Church?
That's short for Winston Churchill. He's a guy who lived a long time ago.
Wow, this kid's life is so miserable she has to make friends with old people, and her cat is named after a World War I Ally leader. Why would you name a silly cat based off something so specific and boring? I don't know. I personally wouldn't like it. It makes me feel good to be named Joseph, you know? Oh wait. While I was making that shitty joke, some stuff happened in the movie, but probably doesn't even matter. That's going to become a running theme, just you wait. Jason, whatever his name is, then has a bad dream in which a dead kid tells him in the most roundabout way possible not to bury the dead in the pet cemetery. Hey kid, I know you're dead so you might be stupid or something, but how about you try, I don't know, just telling Jason not to go to the pet cemetery and maybe show him an example of why? I mean, Jesus Christ, where are his 3 pieces of evidence and his in-text citations? I bet his English teacher was glad he's dead. Maybe his unorthodox ways actually do work, though. Let's check. God damn it, dead kid, you're fucking everything up. After the dream, Jason wakes up and realizes, much to his horror, that somehow he managed to stick both of his feet in his wife's ass last night. Someone buried their marriage in the pet cemetery. Okay, why are they going trick-or-treating right now? It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess there really isn't a problem with that, but I feel like it would put the candy givers in an odd position. Who could that be? Hello?
Trick or treat.
Oh, shit, I don't have any candy. Forgive me! Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, honey, I'm just gonna say a quick hello to Judd, okay?
I'll put a spell on you.
You already have, sweetheart.
Seriously though, Judd, you are so innocent and I love you. It's at this point of the movie I start to realize that each scene has very little relation to the last. That would be fine if it was building to something, but most of it isn't. The whole thing with the guy warning Jason not to bury anything in the pet cemetery is completely worthless because if he didn't bury anything in the pet cemetery, we wouldn't have a movie. But there's also this whole arc about how his wife was scared of her physically deformed sister and was kind of involved in her death, which is kind of the reason why she doesn't want to tell her daughter her cat died. But that doesn't even matter because Judd, the guy who had the idea to bring the cat back, didn't know the parents were going to tell the daughter the cat ran away instead of just saying the cat died. And even if it did play into the movie in that way, they kept developing it afterwards like it was somehow going to play a part later, which it doesn't. Sure, both plot lines lead to the mom coming home from her parents' house early, but if you only kept one plot line, it would have ended the same. I don't think you need 20 minutes to develop what turns out just to be a convenient way to get a character in a certain place in a certain time. And I know I'm skipping around a lot, but god damn it, there's no conventional way to talk about this movie. 90% of this movie is just filler. It's like an Oreo cookie, but instead of delicious creamy filling, it's shit between two mediocre cookies. I'm saying all this now because I'm going to start skipping through plot B through Z and sticking to the main plot. You know, the one that has to do with the Pet Sematary, the namesake of the fucking movie, so yeah, forgive me. So the cat gets creamed by a truck and Judd and Jason decide to bury it. You know, movies today really amaze me. I mean, look at that. That looks like they're really on a well-lit soundstage with a green screen. So like, the cat comes back, except it looks like it just crawled out of the ground, which to its defense it did, but that's besides the point.
George, you're so stinky.
Well, I guess not everyone can be a cigar person. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, the cat is evil because reason, and it doesn't take long for Jason to notice.
I thought it would be different with Ellie's cat. I mean, Biff had a mean streak to begin with. But Church, well, was a nice cat.
Tried to hurt Gage.
I'm so sorry, Louis. I am. Once you feel the power of that place, you make up the sweetest smelling reasons to go back.
Judd, listen, I love you, but you're a fucking idiot and I hate you. Why don't you, just go back? You don't have to bury anything, just take a walk back there or something and hang out. And even if he did, he could just, yeet a hamster against a wall or something or pick up roadkill. Jesus, Judd, you're acting like a horror movie character. It starts becoming more and more obvious that the cat Jason buried isn't the same cat they have now, to the point where even the 8-year-old daughter notices something's off. So he just kind of throws it into the wilderness and expects to never see it again, despite the fact that it literally found its way home from the middle of the wilderness once already. Ugh.
Give him a squeeze.
I love him, Daddy.
Do? I love you. Now go and have a great birthday.
Well, that's just lazy. So anyway, the cat comes back, surprise, surprise, and in a certified Rain Johnson moment... Okay, excuse me, what the fuck was that? Why couldn't, I don't know, the truck have just creamed it or something? It obviously wasn't in the CG budget to have this whole Willy Wonka fucking bullshit going on. Why did it have to be literally the most over-the-top thing? Why would you do this? It looks ridiculous. Scrolling down. Oh fuck, that's voice crack. What the fuck? And just, whoop, she's gone. Why? Let's see. Are they going to go upon the 9-year-old? And they don't go upon the 9-year-old, folks. Good job, Mr. Director, man. You aren't totally heartless. You're only totally heartless when it comes to making a good movie, but there's worse things to be. Jason's wife decides that the best place for her to heal is the one place that gives her PTSD and makes her think of death, her parents' house. This gives Jason a window of opportunity to drug Judd for some reason, dig up his daughter, and don't you do it. Don't you go upon the 9-year-old. Don't you... Okay, it's fine. I guess Jason drugged Judd so Judd wouldn't see him leaving because Judd knows exactly what Jason wants to do, but Jason could have just, waited till Judd wasn't sitting in his front yard, Judd, whatever. Gotta hit that 1 hour, 41 minute, 21 second quota somehow, I guess. Oh yeah, only talk to the baby that can't even formulate his own thoughts. That's real constructive. You know what, dead guy? You're fired. Go back to being alive if you're gonna be this useless. Because the animal test failed, the logical next step was to move on to human testing, so Jason buries his daughter in the pet cemetery. You know what would be helpful right about now? A shovel. It all ends up working anyway, and the daughter is back in town, baby. This all happens after the 1 hour point, so by now you probably lost interest because everything before this was either something you already knew from the trailer or something you didn't ask for or didn't want. You see, the movie ditches the 3-act structure for its own creation. The 3-act fucking disaster, where the conflict is introduced at the end of the 2nd act and everything before that sucked. How contemporary! So the kid comes back about how you expect her to, and I know I've been really negative, but this 9-year-old actress really sells the whole being zombie thing surprisingly well. Most child actors can't act, but this one's alright. Now let's stop thinking about the positives before I get my YouTube critic license revoked.
Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Ellie, stop it.
Hey, the music stopped too. How convenient. And lazy. Judd finds out about what Jason did, and Zombie Daughter deems Judd a threat, despite the fact that he probably isn't. But she decides to kill him anyway. Sorry, Judd, you are too good for this world.
We're here now to bring you back so you can suffer with us.
Just you come and fucking try.
Well, she's trying. You asked for it, pal. The mom comes home to find her daughter alive again, and this is basically what happened.
Honey, I'm home. I leave the house for 2 days, and you bring our daughter back to life, and the laundry's not even done.
Honey, I can explain. It was the dog.
That can't be true. Our dog died 2 years ago.
About that.
I did what I think was right. Let God take his own fucking kid.
Well, you know. I wonder how this is gonna end. Seeing how there's only 15 minutes left in the movie, I'm guessing quickly, which is all I ever wanted this whole time. Thanks, movie! Yeah, the kid attacks the mom, then the dad attacks the kid, and everyone dies. The movie does end on a happy note, though, as the whole family becomes reunited. The end. On the bright side, though, not only do you get to leave when the movie is over, there's also this pretty sick cover of Pet Sematary, originally by the Ramones. So that's worth the price of admission, I guess. The one thing I've noticed after watching so many movies is that watching a movie a second time makes a good movie worse and a bad movie better. The first time I saw Pet Sematary, I literally could not believe such filth was being regurgitated from a projector onto a 20-foot screen. And after watching it a second time, yeah, I can now believe such filth was being regurgitated from a projector onto a 20-foot screen. There are some things to respect here, like the atmosphere of the whole thing is kind of creepy, even when nothing really scary was happening, and yeah. Would I recommend it? No. You'll probably just be bored the entire time. Hell, I'm bored just talking about it, so let's just end this fucking thing. Jeez, you're still inviting this guy to things?